You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Next, we're going to talk about Jon Gruden. Ooh. Because now Jon Gruden, and Rhodes had brought this to our attention here. NFL response to Jon Gruden's lawsuit is expected, which is today now. This article was written yesterday.
Yeah, we know the whole Jon Gruden saga, the emails leaking during the Bruce Allen, Dan Snyder investigation and everything that's going on there. According to Daniel Kaplan of theathletic.com, the NFL is due to file a response to former Raiders coach Jon Gruden's lawsuit on Wednesday. Gruden accuses the NFL and Commissioner Roger Goodell. I'm so happy he threw Goodell's name into this publicly.
Because I believe Gruden was the fall guy for this.
I think he spearheaded this. I truly do. Because, look, I think Jon Gruden was targeted. I do. I think he was targeted.
No doubt. There's no doubt about it.
The method in which this was done, how it was done, stretched out over multiple games. I believe this was a target issue.
And I'm still wondering before you read the rest.
Yeah.
How Dan Snyder has pretty much got off scot-free. There's nothing that's happened to him.
I think everybody is wondering that right now. I mean, how did Dan Snyder come out the other side of all this smelling like a rose right now?
Yep.
How did that happen? Now, look, you could certainly call out his fellow owners too, like Jerry Jones, who stepped out and defended that puke, and he did. And there was that's one of the issues with behind the scenes in the NFL is the owners scratching each other's backs for favors, and this was a favor issue between. Look, if Jerry Jones gives you a pass, if Robert Kraft gives you a pass, but especially Jerry Jones because of his business acumen and what his business acumen means to the NFL, the league is probably going to give you a pass. If Jerry Jones gives you we're good, then you're probably going to get a pass. Commissioner Roger Goodell of leaking his emails to former Washington executive Bruce Allen in an effort to force Gruden's ouster. Now, guys, remember this. Gruden was not working for the league at the time of the majority of these emails.
Yes, he was at ESPN.
Correct. Monday Night Football. As previously explained, the NFL will likely file a motion to dismiss the case, arguing that Gruden must submit the controversy to arbitration under his Raiders contract or any other document to which the league plausibly can point. The NFL also may claim that Gruden's settlement with the Raiders precludes litigation against the league, depending on the language of the waiver of claims that Gruden signed to get a portion of the balance of his pay from the team. Presumably, Gruden's lawyers, this is going to be Florio probably throwing in his lawyer 2 cents.
Yeah.
Presumably, Gruden's lawyers wrote the documents in a way that preserved his legal rights against the NFL, even though the Raiders are part of the NFL. Gruden's lawsuit was filed on November is that the 11th or the 1st?
The 11th. The 11th.
Okay. The response would have been due by rule in the middle of December. It has been speculated that the league's lawyers and Gruden's lawyers mutually agreed to extend the deadline for responding. It's possible that, for example, the two sides agreed that the response would be due 4 days after the conclusion of the Raiders' 2021 campaign in order to avoid creating yet another distraction in a season rife with them. Okay, let's point something out. A couple of different things we can point out here. The thing that really tips you off about this being some kind of a targeted issue from the league in regards to Gruden was there was a initial batch of emails that were leaked.
Yes.
And some time went by, and Mark Davis did not fire Jon Gruden. He just sat him down, talked to him. Gruden kind of come out and said, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But he wasn't fired. He retained his job. He was still the coach of the Raiders. Well, flash forward about 5 or 6 days.
It was near the end of the week because they were preparing for another game.
Correct. And then they leaked another batch of emails. Well, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Even at that, Mark Davis still did not really want to fire Jon Gruden. He didn't.
Yep.
But the league behind the scenes twisted his arm. Everybody remembers that video of Mark Davis being outside at the owners' meetings and him being pissed. He walked out. He was mad because he said, look, the same thing we said. Where the hell are all the other emails?
Bingo. There's over 600,000 emails. And Jon Gruden gets fired like on a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. Who in the hell fires their coach on a Friday when they got to play a game on Sunday?
Well, there's a major other smoking gun here. The league knew about these emails prior to the start of training camp. They knew about these emails and did not and failed to disclose that to the Raiders. So they wanted this to come out in season when it would get somebody with the league decided to not only target Gruden, but they also targeted Mark Davis and the Raiders because that would have given the Raiders an opportunity to have hired a different coach. Okay. I understand that they made the playoffs with the one but he's probably about to lose his gig, Rich Bisaccia. Somebody absolutely had an axe to grind against Jon Gruden himself. And my feeling with that is, look, we all remember Al Davis and the NFL did not get along. Famously did not get along. He sued the NFL, and Al Davis was known to be a thorn in the NFL side, the actual league office. Well, Jon Gruden was really tight with Al Davis back in the day. Al Davis loved Jon Gruden. Mark Davis loves Jon Gruden. And something was going on there that they wanted Gruden out. And I think there's another angle that you have to absolutely bring up, and it'd be irresponsible not to. From a league that is trying to show how brave, stunning, and courageously not racist they are, how in tune with their social justice side they are, that are running false narrative, inspire racially driven ads on TV right now, commercials. Look, Jon Gruden looks like a wonderfully brave, stunning, and courageous sacrificial lamb for the league to make a social statement. Let's be real.
No doubt.
Because the league got praised. They got praised all over the place by the mainstream media after Gruden got axed. Okay. Yep. Oh, can't have him. The league acted quick. Gruden's gone. Blah, 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 blah. Look, how many players come out and spoke on behalf of Gruden? Randall Cunningham, Tim Brown. I mean,
a bunch of black players.
These guys happen to be black. And they said, you know what? The one thing we do know about Jon Gruden is he's not a racist.
And the media tried to paint him as a racist.
He'll never get another coaching job again in the NFL. That's a wrap.
But I think he'll be back in probably the booth or something like that. Not soon. Not soon. It may take a few years.
Well, I think he could eventually get another television job. But don't sleep on him. He could get a pretty high-profile college job at some point if he wants it, depending on where he ain't going to California and taking a college job. They'll never have him there.
No.
It's too left wing. But eventually, yeah. I mean, look, he was heavily rumored at LSU just 2 months ago. I mean, the fan base in LSU was stomping for Jon Gruden. and the school wouldn't pull the trigger, but they flirted around with Jon there.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.